You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You are now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here. Starting off with my man Longevity. How are you, sir?
Hi, doing all right.
That's it?
What more do you want from me?
Okay. I'll take that.
All right, Tyrese.
Yeah. I put a little pressure on him. I should have put that pressure on him.
Somebody took grabbed the reference there.
Yeah.
So
that was a bad moment, wasn't it?
I just want my baby.
Come on, man.
I was like, man, you ain't never gonna get your kids visitation and all that together.
Yeah, he dropped the ball on that one. I don't know if that was good presentation. Jay Moore, what's happening, man? Don't do that. Jay Moore, what's happening, man?
Flap 'em can't fly. Kicking it, but not too high. You know what it is.
I saw you out there in them streets rambling a little bit, doing your thing.
Hey, man,
repping the New Old Heads.
I tell people all the time, if there's no check involved, I'm not going to be there. So there were checks involved this weekend.
When the check is involved,
Call him Michael Jackson.
It is.
Because I'll be there.
People are like, hey, do you want to come to this thing? No. Am I hosting? No. All right. Well, tell me about it.
We'll see it on social media. My man DJ Jay Diff, what's happening, man?
Salutations.
How's everything?
I am here. I am there. I am everywhere.
Oh, you're like a spirit of God or something.
Well, I ain't gonna go that far.
Yeah.
God body maybe, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Call him Eru.
You and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
When he didn't want to take the vaccine.
Koofy Kyrie.
He was kicking that God body, and I was like, oh, I don't think they're ready for this, Kyrie.
Nah, they ain't ready.
Kyrie is 100% anti-establishment. He's gonna go his own way, and he's back playing. So shout out
away
there.
games.
Away games. The Nets they crumbled, and guess he won somehow, but he was getting paid anyway. So shout out to Kyrie. I hope he stay healthy because somebody landed on the ankle the other night. Red August is in the building as well. He got hurt. He still was mad at somebody landing on him. Y'all can't hear Red August, so I'm arguing with myself. Red August is in the building. We appreciate you on site producing as always. Shout out to the chat. The chat is alive and well. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. So apparently it's a report.
Let's get it started.
I knew you was going.
That's Timbaland too, right?
No, it's not Timbaland.
No, Timbaland produced MC Hammer's version.
Huh?
Never mind.
Awkward silence. Yeah, man. So
the Fergie classic?
No, man.
Let's get it started.
Oh. Well, okay.
But he didn't produce that one either. So
Yeah,
You know the Let's Get It Started that he's talking about. You know it.
I'd probably have to hear it.
No,
he might
doesn't.
not know it.
Yeah.
He might. If he heard it, I think you know it.
Yeah.
He was
a
dancing
good song.
real hard in the video.
Hammer?
Yeah.
Hard.
You mean like all his videos?
Yeah, like I love.
That's why I was a little confused. It's like,
He might have had on less balloony pants and some like suspenders or something.
was he wearing a dark outfit?
Probably.
Was it black?
Might be brown. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't.
I'm thinking I may be running a couple MC
What's
Hammer
up,
videos.
man?
Yeah.
What's up with you, man?
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, Turn His Mother Out is better than Let's Get It Started, in my personal
I
opinion.
don't know about that.
That's just me. Let's Get It Started.
You
still.
ain't hitting in New York.
Hammer. That's what they say.
Hammer.
Shout out to Too Big MC, man. Me, Pete Sake, and Poppy Amon dressed up as MC Hammer and Too Big MC, and it was a combination of men in black too. I don't know how that night ended, but it was hilarious. Shout out to Live.
I remember
So
the
you
pictures.
dressed in drag as BNGB.
No. Too Big MC is a male. And Pete Sake had on the Hammer outfit. It was gold.
Okay.
You guys had like sunglasses too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good try though. I see what you
got it.
Yeah. All right. So let's I guess it's report card time, and Kool Moe Dee is making waves with his late 90s report cards.
That people are just now discovering.
Yeah.
You know
just now
how
discovering
on the
and
internet, people just
resurface.
now find stuff and think
Yeah.
it's brand new.
And I think Jay Diff said people were asking where's Jeezy and all that type of stuff. You were seeing that
I
on
think
social
Long
media.
said that.
Was that long? Okay.
That was
I
actually me.
Yeah,
It was you. Okay. Well, you know.
I knew it wasn't me.
Wasn't I?
You just should have said that then.
Just keep going, Mike.
Let me go before you start yelling.
Sensitive thugs.
All right, man. So his report card, we've actually, it's funny that he had this back then because we've done something similar to this. We had our list.
Newoldheads.com/goat.
Yes. Some of these grades though, because we were around back then. It was late 90s heading into 2000s if I'm not mistaken. Kool Moe Dee actually gave himself a 95 and an A+. This is vocabulary, articulation, creativity.
I used to go downtown.
Don't do that. Originality, versatility, voice.
See the doctor.
Don't do that. Records, stage presence, sticking to themes, and innovating rhymes.
He definitely stuck to that Wild Wild West theme, didn't he?
Don't say Wild Wild West didn't go though.
He did.
All right.
But he stuck to the thing.
West.
No,
That was just one song though.
Melly Mel got an A+, a 95. Grandmaster Caz got a 94, A+. Now LL got a 90. Rakim got a 91. KRS got a 90. Shan got an 83. Dougie Fresh got a B+ at an 86. Curtis Blow got an 81, which was a B. The Beastie Boys as a collective got a 70. They were a C.
Damn, that's
racism right there.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew
He
you
don't
was
like
gonna say
white boys rapping.
Run DMC was at an 82 as a collective. Public Enemy was at an 80, so
Public
they got
Enemy?
a B.
they gave Public Enemy an 80. The same Public Enemy with Chuck D.
Same,
Yes.
same
All right,
one.
that's cool.
And Run DMC too.
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince got an 88 B+. Okay, I ain't mad at that. That's
You
high.
should
That's
be.
way higher than Run DMC and Public Enemy and Heavy D and the
And the
Boys
thing
got
is,
an
I love
83.
Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, but
No doubt.
Come on
no
now.
doubt. Biz got an 83. Was at a B.
Depends on the scale.
Yeah, he's got a nice breakdown for his
I mean, yeah.
criteria, but
And
Never mind.
these things are all subjective.
yeah,
you know,
very.
But that's why it was our list. I think is probably one of the top lists in all of whatever the blogosphere, whatever, because it was all of us
A
that
percentile
contributed to
breakdown.
this. So
Yeah.
you know,
Only thing, Houdini got an 86 as a group, B+. I actually
they
flew
were
with
better
Houdini
than Run DMC.
and Public Enemy. What's something else that
This
sticks
kind of
out?
goes to my point of should Run DMC be on the 10 greatest?
No,
Oh,
it doesn't.
don't do this. Don't do
and
this.
he's backed up by Kool Moe Dee on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Don't do this.
Oh, so now you're saying you don't like Kool Moe Dee?
That's not what
I don't like him as a teacher.
Oh, wait, this
handing
is
out
Major
report
Seventh
cards.
logic.
Yeah, that's my logic. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go now. Here's some more names. These are more names from our era. Jay was at an 82. They gave him a B. DMX got a B+ at 89. Master P 76 respectively, C+. Snoop got a B+ at an 87. Big Pun at an 82, which is
Interesting.
very interesting to me. He got
He
a
only
B.
had one album at the time.
Yeah,
I guess that
but-
shouldn't matter because
Yeah, as good as Pun was though.
DMX probably only had really one that it. You know.
Nas got a solid B at 84. Corrupt got an 86 B+. Lauryn Hill got a 97 A+. Redman 89 B+. Keith Murray 89 B+. Cube got an 88 B+. Too Short got a C+. So he matched Master P
He
at
didn't
about a
give
76.
anybody on the West Coast an A.
Black Thought back then was at an 87 B+. Most Def 85 B+. Busta Rhymes, who he had spelled Buster, 93 with
Maybe
an A.
maybe it's Buster Douglas.
Stop.
Did he
Long.
rap?
No.
Maybe he did.
Tretch got a 91. He's an A. Meth got a 91 at an A. The Chef got an 86 B+. Common B+. Razkaz B+.
West
Biggie
Coast.
A+.
He didn't get an A though.
Tupac got an A. West Coast.
Like 90, right?
Pac got a 93.
Mm.
Mace got a 79 C+. Puffy got an 80 a B.
Mm.
Shout out to the writers, I guess. Cannabis 85 B+. Buckshot got a B. Foxy got a B. Lil Kim got a B. Sticky Fingers B+. Mystical got an A at a 90.
I'm not actually mad at the Mystical one, especially based upon the categories.
Yeah.
Um,
What do y'all? How do y'all feel about the his criteria when he goes vocab, articulation?
I think it's decent.
You think so?
He did a better. He did a job of trying to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I think for political reasons, I don't think there are people he would just give ones and twos to, even though he probably deserved it.
Lauren got 7 10s
She's
out
the
of all
highest
those.
out of everybody.
Yeah,
97.
97.
He probably was trying to shoot his shot.
Is that what? That's the only thing that makes sense to you? He's
Not
trying to shoot a
necessarily
shot.
that, but
But at the time, You know,
She had probably just came off a Grammy win.
yeah, but at the and she was a beast as a performer.
Yeah, she was.
You know, so
And she
Lauryn
was
Hill-
in Sister Act.
We lose sight of it because
Singing.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah.
We lose sight of it because it wasn't that much rap, but Lauryn Hill raps extremely well on the score and on her album, like when she chooses to rap, like at an extremely high level. So it's not like she can't rap. Like Lauryn Hill.
no one would ever say that. Now.
But the only thing, like him giving himself, I think he gave himself 7 10s, and he's right after Lauryn. Him and Melly Mel are the only two that got close to Lauryn at 95s apiece.
You know what?
And then Biggie got a 95.
You know what? As an MC, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to think. I'm surprised he didn't give himself all 10s because that's what
I feel you.
like.
I feel you.
You know, with this whole thing recently about Jay-Z saying no one could see him in a versus. If you're an MC, you're supposed to think that nobody can beat you.
That's
I'm never
exactly what I
mad
was
when
telling
somebody
people.
says Jay-Z thought he could beat anybody when he only had one album out.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that confidence, though? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Right?
And then the thing with Kool Moe Dee giving himself an A+ during that particular era, he hadn't dropped anything
In like a good 10 years.
at least 10 years. He wasn't featured on nothing. Like nobody from the late 90s even knows who Kool Moe Dee is.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but he
Well, no,
wasn't.
'cause
He
he
wasn't. He
Like,
wasn't
if you was-
relevant though.
If you was a kid, like if you had brand new ears to hip hop
I
in
see what you're saying.
1997, 98, 99, you don't know who Kool Moe Dee is.
The only reason you would know is
'Cause we
because
knew.
he was in the video for when Will Smith did Wild Wild West.
West, yeah.
And somebody's older brother or parent or uncle would be like, hey, that's Kool Moe Dee, and that's where they
Yeah.
got this song.
Yeah, because his era had been gone at that point.
Yeah.
I'm talking about at his
No,
apex or
when
whatever.
he was...
He hadn't had a hit since 88 probably.
No, because he had Rise and Shine, and
What year
He
was
had- that was like 90.
Why you asking like that?
that? 90.
Yeah, so it had been a while.
All right.
And this is when the difference between 8 or 9 years in
You
hip
didn't
hop
want to give
was
you
a
peace
lot
for nothing in
longer.
the 90s though. The way you was talking.
Man,
No, I mean, it
I
wasn't
can
a lot in
honestly
the
say
90s. There
that
wasn't a lot in the 90s.
I did not have any Kool Moe Dee in my tape deck in the 90s that I can recall at all.
I'm not going, as the kids say, I'm not going to cap and say I did either. I did not.
No, none of us did. Let's just keep it real. I mean,
Oh,
like
man, he was number one on my playlist.
Mm-hmm. Go see the doctor.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Get your ears fixed.
Hey,
Some of these grades, it's
It just because we're looking at it 20 plus years later,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
and
really obsolete.
because
Because if you think about it, who was LL in 98, 99? What LL was that?
Headsprung LL.
That's
No,
is,
that's
is that no? That's
this is Phenomenon LL.
that's Phenomenon
But
LL.
this is still LL 4321.
yeah.
okay.
This is still
Okay.
LL still.
And if we want to keep it a buck, LL's verse on Flavor and Year remix was trash. What was he talking about?
You ain't like the how he
Tigers.
started.
Skeevy delicious something. I don't know.
Oh, the his was it his?
Is he?
Yeah.
Blotitious. Skeevy. What delicious? What is that?
And the little beat, when the beat break though, when the little strings, that's cold.
From Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I guess like the jeans.
Electrocute a barracuda or something.
Here to
Told
bring
you.
the drama.
There it is.
His
Yeah.
verse made absolutely no sense at all.
he's always talking about a random animal.
Yeah.
Why you do that, man?
He is.
That's like a Sharks fan.
See?
Oh
Was
my
Deep Blue
God.
was Deep Blue Sea a
Walking
good?
with a puma.
Was
See?
Deep Blue
Deep
Sea a
Blue Sea
good
was
movie?
like 99, so he was
Yeah.
still very much.
Is the RZA on here? I didn't see.
I don't think
No, he only really had Raekwon. He didn't even have Ghostface Killah on there.
I
Method
saw
Man on there.
Ray and Meth, but I didn't see RZA.
Why would RZA be on there?
But I mean, he rapped back
You
then.
put Puffy on there.
Yeah, why RZA can't be on there if they put Puffy on there?
You know why?
I don't know why. You think RZA early RZA? We talking about early RZA, right?
Yeah.
90. It ain't about the beats. Wait, it's not about the beats. Is that where you going?
Where I'm
When you
going,
look at the categories, because you think about it, there may not even be like we talk about performance and state. Like, how much do we really have to draw from the RZA there?
yeah, I mean, we're talking about Bobby Digital and Stereo and Digital Bullet. It was even Digital Bullet's a thing at that point in time?
No.
I don't
No.
even think
So we're just going off Wu-Tang Clan verses and Digital and Stereo and Oh, I Love You, Prince Raheem.
Yeah.
Digital and Stereo was cold though.
I got to.
It wasn't like No Way Out.
I got that.
No, it didn't hit like No Way Out.
No.
Like not even close.
It ain't
Somebody
hit
even
like
knows who Prince Akeem or whatever his name was.
He changed it, I think.
Prince Akeem. You know
Oh, we
what?
love you, Prince.
Prince Akeem. It was Prince Rakeem.
Prince
I
Akeem
said that first.
from Zamunda.
I was
Cut
just,
it out,
I was
man.
just playing, man.
I
but
know.
You want to be serious about it?
I've seen the Wu-Tang
Don't
documentary.
hit me, man. Go ahead.
Nothing.
I've seen. I can't get old boy voice out my head now when any RZA reference. Is that bad?
I don't know. Is
Who?
That on the Hulu joint?
You can't get his voice out your head?
Yeah, as it relates to RZA now, because that voice is just weird, man.
It was a good show, though.
The show was great. Yeah, we have to be together.
That was
Now
pretty
that you
good.
put it like that, yeah.
One common goal.
Yeah, you sound just like him. You was practicing that, wasn't you?
One common goal. Together,
I wish I could. Yeah.
Forever.
we will rise.
Wu-Tang.
In order for us to be successful,
You might be RZA, you might be DMX right now. I'm not sure.
he
Yeah.
could do DMX though. Oh boy, could do DMX low key. if he
DMX
wanted
is always
to.
like a creep and a stop. What up?
Hey,
Rest in
DMX,
peace.
that dude. Yeah, rest in peace. But
I think what stood out to a lot of people when they saw this and they didn't know the context of it was like, how you gonna put Mystical over Jay-Z?
right.
Like that was a lot for like
Because
I just
that Puzzle Piece album was fire.
I mean,
No,
you
it
put
was.
Cannabis over Jay-Z, though.
yeah. I mean,
Unpredictable was a very good
Unpredictable
album.
was really good.
Yeah.
I'm with Lone on that.
And at that point,
I ain't saying he's nicer than
Jay-Z
Hov
couldn't
before y'all
perform to
jump in
save
the
his
comments.
life. He was not a good performer.
Nobody's saying he's nicer than Hov.
And based on the categories was like voice and there was one other one on there that like I think catered to Mystical. I don't
Like
remember.
charismatic or something. I
No,
don't
it
know.
was something.
Charisma, yeah.
I have to pull
I don't
it
know,
up real
but-
quick. But either way, y'all know. But I'm not mad.
Voice.
I actually have to agree. I'm not mad at Mystical
How can you be
score
mad at
based
this?
off knowing exactly what it was back then. I'm not mad
You
at
gotta
that.
understand, like,
I'm not mad at that.
you know, Mystical came out
He was
before
on a
Jay-Z and had a really nice run.
You remember the Boot Camp Click song?
Yeah, that was the next one that came out after Y'all Ain't Ready.
Mm-hmm.
Now he ain't he don't have an album that's anywhere close to Reasonable Doubt. Let's not get carried away.
But that's not what we're talking
But
about
that's
here.
not what we talking about. Right. Exactly. So
Unpredictable.
The
was
man
jamming,
right
though.
Chia. The man right here.
stop, man. Good album.
That still stops the party, like when you play it now.
Yeah.
Still smoking.
When
They
you
had
hear
heat.
Still smoking. I know that album.
Lone, no. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good album.
Yeah. Lone has some 12s now, to be clear.
Yeah, it was engineered good too.
Yes, it was. Beats by the pound, man. Making 1 million
So-
beats a day.
You know, this is actually a nice list for its time. We made one a couple years ago that people should reference.
Yeah. Newoldheads.com/goat.
Yeah.
I-
People,
you
people
know what's
just
crazy?
need to put it in context and realize that this report card wasn't made last week.
Yeah.
And,
I-
and it's subjective. I mean, just, it's his opinion.
Even when I look at ours, I think like we could update it.
Yeah.
Easily.
You know,
We
like
could
and
update it.
it's, and it's only been like 3 years, like 2.5
There are
years.
people we left out. We were like, oh, we forgot this person. You
Yeah.
know, that definitely should have been in there.
and we had
Some-
154 people on there.
Yeah.
So it's
So,
not like,
some things could change if we were to try to sit down and.
where do you think Kool Moe Dee would fit on there?
All right, so
Because he's one of those people who were like, oh, no, I don't even think we talked about him as far as
he
people
might
we
get a
left off.
10 in
He was probably somebody. Spools was like, what?
shout out to the homie Spool.
There's a few times Spools was like, how can you leave him off? We're like, I don't know.
Spools wasn't having it for some of them certain rappers. He was not going. I don't
Who's the
care.
Philly rapper?
Oh,
It's not
Spoony.
Spoony? No, not Spoony.
Schoolie D.
Schoolie.
Schoolie.
Yeah, it was Schoolie. That's
Schoolie
somebody
D.
else. Yeah, Schoolie D. He wasn't backing off nothing on that. I don't care what we were saying. He's giving 10, 10, 10, 10.
Philly
10.
legend.
Yeah, messing up the averages. All right. Shout out to the homie Spools, man.
But we needed that. For
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
made,
we
that's what
needed
made
that.
our,
It made
our
it balance
list.
it out.
You know,
And I think like we've all alluded to, we've all said we tried hard to be as fair as possible and be consistent as possible and take out as much bias as possible. And I think we did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And it still stands. But I wouldn't mind making some adjustments because there are some things
that have changed in that time.
that have changed.
Mhm.
And some people could be moved around.
Future would be number one.
No, it wouldn't.
I have one really quick.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Mhm.
Is he a better rapper than Andre 3000?
Absolutely not.
All right, so let's go to the next
And
topic.
Fabulous
'cause
is a
I'm-
good rapper.
Yeah,
Did
he's
you
very
guys?
good.
You guys see?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it. I won't even.
I don't remember where it came from,
Reason?
but who?
Reason from TD.
Oh well,
I
Reason's
refu-
tripping.
I refuse to engage in that. I'm not going to engage in that one.
Yeah, that's
I fool with
simple.
Fab though.
That's a
He-
simple
fool
no.
with Fab.
Just like the whole Jaheim versus Usher versus is a quick no. Like what is he
How
on?
fast? How fast of a no is
so
that?
here's what he did. He compared Fabulous's. He compared it to who can rap with Lil Wayne. So he said.
That's
He
a
said.
terrible way to measure somebody.
Isn't it? It's
that
like-
makes me even happier that I didn't engage because that's stupid.
I saw that. I was like, this is. I was like, the whole premise.
Let's put Corey Guns on the list. Then.
Yeah.
He's better
Little
than
twist.
Andre 3000.
Nah, man, I can't even engage in that. But I will say this: Fab's soul tapes are iconic.
It doesn't take anything
I
away
will
from
say
Fab.
that.
I mean,
Doesn't
nothing to
take
say, but
anything
you
away
know,
from His soul tapes is
Outkast,
iconic.
a whole catalog is iconic.
Yeah.
So let's just
Yeah, they really didn't miss.
Yeah,
If we
so-
keeping it a buck.
yeah.
All right.
So before we go,
Jaheim on them drugs.
before we go any further, of course,
Don't
it
do
seems
that.
like kind of a thing that we do every week, and I don't know what's going on. Time goes on in the circle of life, but
What you got for me?
you know, so we got. How do we not? We got to say, rest in peace to Sidney Poitier.
Yes.
Very important actor, director as well. People don't
Icon.
realize he was a director as well. So
activist.
activist, yeah. You know, when
Icon.
things were going down, he put his money where his mouth was. Him
Sure
and
did.
a lot of people from that era. So shout out to him. Also, Max Julian played the Mac.
Oh, yeah.
And he was all, but you know, people I saw him as a pimp, but like this dude was a classically trained actor.
Facts.
You know, also was in a great cowboy movie called 𝗏𝗲𝗄 and 𝗏𝗏𝗄 that you know y'all should definitely know about. You know, my
He's
dad,
still the Mac.
yeah,
Yeah, always.
You
Yeah,
know.
always.
my dad hit me up when I posted about him, and you know, because he didn't know, and he's like, "Oh man, shout out to my frat brother from 𝗏𝗲𝗄𝐴
Oh,
you know,
word,
Max Julian."
word,
So yeah,
word.
shout out
He
to
would
him.
be a Kappa too, huh?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It all makes sense.
You're like, it all makes sense. James 𝗏𝗄𝗡, you know, a lot of y'all, he's you know, he's jazz artist, but a lot of y'all know him from Juicy Fruit and You, Me, and She, you know what I'm saying, from the 80s, you know, that good card party music. And Jesse Lee Daniels, may not know his name, but you know his music from the Force MDs. You know, we talked about we talked about the movie Rappin'.
Yep.
You know, the best part of the movie was really, you know, them doing Itching for a Scratch, but of course, you know, Tender Love and Tears and There I Go Again. A lot of classic Quiet Storm material.
There's a video on IG of Method Man giving him his flowers.
because they were
too.
from Staten Island,
Yes.
and they were
Yes.
on Ghostface album singing right before Daytona 500.
And their curls was always wet.
yeah,
Facts.
so
Yeah, I
so-
saw Kid Capri when he mentioned that
Yeah.
when he shared his IG video when he was down with.
He's actually down with COVID
That's
as
what he
well as
mentioned
what's his name?
K Slay. They say
K.
K Slay out there bad. Prayers to him.
Yeah, but he's I heard he's off of ventilator. and
That's
he's doing
good. That's
better,
good.
so.
That's
and I
good.
think Capri's better too.
Good
Yeah.
for both of them. Yeah.
But
good
yeah,
for
I
both
had to
of
get
them.
those RIPs out there. 'cause
Thank
once
you, man.
again-
Sometimes I
And
lose
Uncle
sight of
Jesse.
remembering that.
Not no,
Not Uncle Jesse.
no.
You in the
Danny
right
Tanner.
area though.
Danny Tanner.
Yeah, you in the right area.
Yeah, why I say
Bob
why I
Bob
say Uncle
Saget.
Jesse?
You know,
Bob-
found that out like when I was at the Busta Rhymes concert. You know, and that kind of put a damper on things. But you know, and you see how, you know, people who you didn't think would have any association
Yeah.
with Bob Saget. I've seen everything from Lil Rel to Lil Kweli talk about how like this dude was super generous and kind and always had a good, and apparently he actually knew he was actually a hip hop head, you know. So
If you get a chance, go watch
Full House.
Uptown. I used to watch Full House. I ain't gonna lie.
that was TGIF.
That was our
Yeah,
era. Yeah,
yeah.
that was our era. Go watch Uptown Saturday Night and let's do it again. Sidney Poitier.
Get in
Bill
a piece of
Cosby,
the
man.
action,
Piece of
Bucking the
action.
Preacher.
Yeah,
You
go
know,
check that out. And he directed Stir Crazy.
I
Low-key.
didn't do anything.
He
didn't do
directed
anything,
he
but we are
directed
here.
Ghost Dad, but we're not going to talk about that.
Did
like
he
that
really?
movie.
Thanks, Mo.
Dang.
Yeah, Ghost Dad was fire. I don't care what none of y'all say.
Man, you know good and well. Ghost Dad was cool though. It wasn't. That
I mean, you
bad.
know, for the time it was out.
it
I
was.
like
It wasn't
anything that's
Leonard Part 6.
I like anything that's like any paranormal type thing that's kind of funny like that. I don't know. I thought it was.
It was
Yeah.
real
It
spooky
wasn't
with the
bad.
music.
It was
too.
much better than Leonard Part 6.
Way better than Leonard Part 6.
We're gonna try not to mention that movie anymore. I'm gonna try.
That probably get the worst Razzie ever.
Yeah, it was
100%.
bad.
All right, man. Let's get.
get
Thank
into-
you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's get to this next topic. So this was a suggestion in one of the comments. We saw it was in relation to producer Hit Boy, who's everywhere. It's been everywhere for the previous.
Shouts to Jay Brookins.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Jay Brookins. What is it? We said about a decade.
About a decade.
But he really bubbling now though. These last 3 or 4 years, it's been crazy out here. We were posed with the question: with the work that he's put in, could we consider him as a top 25 producer in hip hop of all time? In my personal opinion, I would have to do the list thing to be visual so I don't forget someone. But my gut is telling me at the pace that he is on now, I don't find this as far-fetched as I thought I would.
Because it's pretty consistent. Because
of the stuff that he's putting out, the consistency that he's put out, and these projects, these one-offs, well, not one-offs, but the producer rapper projects, I don't think he's missed with these. If you take into consideration the King's Disease, Magic, and you look at Benny the Butcher, he's done other ones. He's got another one he's going to do a game. I heard they're going to start working on. So he's extremely talented, man. I don't think it's that far-fetched, but I'd have to write the names down just to be sure because I don't want to, omit or leave someone out. But I don't think this is too far-fetched. What you think? I heard you saying you think it's pretty much on point.
I mean, because, his consistency and the artists that he's worked with.
Okay.
He's worked with Wayne. He's worked with Drake. He's worked with Jay-Z, Kanye, Nas, like you said, Benny, Game here recently too. Who else?
All over the place.
Beyonce. His resume looks really good.
Yep.
So if we're talking about top hip hop producers, what'd you say in the past? How many years?
Well, he said 25 overall, top 25 overall.
Well, he's had it locked down for at least a decade. So, and overall, that's a lot of music that has been put out that has his tag on it. So, it might be pretty accurate.
What you think, Lone, from producer standpoint, based off what you've heard from Hit?
I think it's a little premature, but I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
Again, I'm sitting here like going through names myself. Like,
do you see what I mean?
I know that like after I listed all the producers, he probably wouldn't be in my top 25. But at the same time, not personally, no. But I think he probably belongs in that conversation.
In the conversation,
yeah, absolutely. So he's in there. I think give him 5 more years or so. See what he does and see how great he excels in that. I think it's still it's like I said, I think it's a little premature.
Advantage, I think what it is his advantage is the people that he's working with. He's working with well-known artists.
For sure.
But he's not striking out.
Right. So on paper, his resume is immaculate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something you have to factor in as well, or the artists that he's working with.
I'm big on you said consistency. I'm big on a producer being able to churn out high quality product, but also to have a sound. Like
I didn't even know he did that.
Oh yeah, Backseat.
Yeah, I didn't know he did that.
Backseat freestyle. What we talking about is Backseat freestyle from Kendrick.
Nobody can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I said it, man.
I know.
But he's consistent and he's carved his own lane and has a sound that's working and it's successful and it's not he doesn't remind I don't see him drawing from a lot of the popular stuff that's out now. It's like he's over here in his lane and he's doing it well. And like Lone said, I don't think it's far-fetched, but I gotta write him down. I couldn't say off top that I agree.
He's using those drum kits though.
Yeah. That's my
part of the.
Yeah, I got to take some points away from that, and that's just off the fam. Off the fam. I got to do that. Got to be loyal to my guy. About 3 or 4 times in a row, we heard some stuff pop up. But go back to the older episodes.
There's a song that I particularly don't. I probably said that wrong because that's just how I talk. I'm from the Midwest, but there's a song I don't play because of you. Like literally a song that I actually like and enjoy, but I exited out of my library because of Mike.
Yeah, and that's how I know you a real part. You a real one because I told you the story when we get into it. But yeah, it's real out here, man. It's bad.
I can't play that song.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Jay Moore,
Yes.
What do you think? You are a well versed hip hop historian and pay attention to producers, Ice-T's producers, and things of that nature.
Yeah, I do.
Ice-T's producers.
Shout to Africa Islam.
See, there you go. There you go. Talk to me, man. Is this premature? Is it right on? Is it close? Are we in the ballpark? Where we at?
I think it's close, but also it's easy to be a prisoner of the moment just because he has had not even talking about what he's done in the last decade, but you know, when you just talk about King's Disease 1, 2, and Magic, you know, you can get caught up in that and put him in the top 25. But we're talking about hip hop from the beginning to now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Cannot put him in the top 25. You know, he's had an incredible run.
Yeah,
you know, but there's just too many creatives, too many people who've made an impact in this game to where if I sit down and try to list 25 that are not Hit Boy, and this is no diss to Hit Boy.
It's not at all. That's what I don't want people to take it that way.
You know, but also you got to talk about there are people who have done the grimiest of the underground and then taken it to the very top or made pop hits for pop artists.
Yep.
That's why even as much as we laud someone like DJ Premier, I don't think we really give him the credit he deserves for being able to remix Janet Jackson songs, do
Christina
stuff with
Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera, then do MOP and Group Home, Nas, Jay-Z. You know, it's
while not compromising his sound.
Exactly.
Limp Bizkit.
You know, we're talking about, you know, so when you talk about that run, you know, here's somebody in even the what he did on Magic, you know, saying Premier is still
Premier is a given though.
That's a given. But then I can get into, you know, Ill Mind. I could get into Ninth Wonder.
It's those people that are the ones for me
then you
that
got
make it uncomfortable.
Dr. Dre, DJ Quick.
I got a nice list.
Battle Cat, Kanye West. You know,
Cat.
Just Blaze, Bink.
Yeah, we're talking about some producers that have made timeless,
but we're not talking
records.
about all time though.
Yeah, so when I say, and those just off the top of my head, and that was like 5 or 6. Hit Boy, for all that he's done and what I think he, you know, I still think we need another 5 or 6 years
before we get there,
before we start talking about him being top 25 of all time. Larry Smith.
Well, not all. I think they said the top in the past 25 years.
In the past 25 years, okay, that's different.
No, he was just.
I thought he was talking about top 25 period.
Top 25 period.
If it's top 25,
that puts it in a
once
different
again,
light for me.
That's that.
I must have heard it different.
That once again, that's us being prisoners of the moment, trying to put him in the top 25 of all time.
When I like I said, when I say ballpark, I have to write it out. But now, if you just what you just did makes it even more crystal clear to me that it might not be time yet, because you can pop off half of 25 real quick. You can say Primo, RZA, Pete Rock,
Large Professor.
There you go.
Eddie
Dilla,
F.
Dilla, Pete Rock, Kanye, Just Blaze, Timbaland, Pharrell, Alchemist, Jake One, Ill Mind, Ninth, Dre, Premier, Blaze, No ID, Madlib, Rick Rubin, RZA, Marley Marl, Manny Fresh, Just Blaze, Bink, Havoc, Muggs, Q-Tip, Large Professor, Exile, Beats by the Pound, Crisis. We can keep going, right? Pimp C, you know.
Yeah. So
Organized Noise.
Organized Noise.
Yep.
Organized Noise.
So I mean, and that's
Bomb
just
Squad.
That's just like.
Yeah.
It's just,
you see what I'm saying? Like, I have to look at, like, with you doing that, makes it more crystal clear for me.
And this is just in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Like I said, you don't even have Larry Smith on there.
No.
Yeah.
You could even we could still find 25 if we took the obvious out. Yeah. Maybe. When I say obvious, Primo is obvious, RZA is obvious, Dre is obvious.
I feel like here's
those are obvious guys.
Puff Daddy. Y'all can say what you want. Puff Daddy.
I omitted him intentionally, but yeah. But
thank you, by the way.
But I feel like I didn't even have
Kanye on there.
I had Kanye on there. What's the guy you like from the West Coast so much?
Battle Cat.
I didn't even have Battle Cat on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
DJ Quick on there.
Yeah, didn't have him either. So it's like, yeah.
Once again, it's a prisoner of the moment conversation.
I think it depends. Let's see what he does in the next 5 years or so. And then we have a longer time to kind of gauge everything.
I think we're in agreement.
But I think he's probably the top one right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think we're in agreement that we're now, after going through having the full conversation, I think we're in agreement that it's pointing in the right direction, but there's still some more time left, some more meat on the bones, some more stuff that's got to be accomplished.
We just can't disrespect all these people.
You cannot.
That's a pretty nice list of producers.
And he just, you see how fast he did that?
Yeah.
That's just in the midst of us talking.
Dilla, you didn't even put Dilla on there.
He was first.
He said
Dilla first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say 14KT. I didn't say Exile.
Tall black guy is another
Tall
one.
black guys in there. You know, I mean, there's so many Crisis. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this guy though. Be clear,
Metro Boomin.
yeah, DJ Mustard.
Yeah.
These guys have huge hit records.
Knowledge. Yep, Knowledge has got to be on there.
Full with knowledge. Yeah.
I mean,
What's that dude from Atlanta that everybody loves?
Old dude from Atlanta.
You're talking about the orchestra
narrow
guy?
that down.
The cinematic guy. What's his name?
Oh, Zaytoven?
Yeah, Zaytoven.
He got heat. Yeah, Zaytoven got heat.
Once again, we're not thinking, because once again, Hit Boy is a guy right now.
Yeah.
Right
killing
now,
him right
in
now.
the
He
moment.
killing him. Yeah, he killing him right now.
He's got 3 albums. I think that we all can agree that we enjoy by one artist.
Yeah, he's killing him right now.
Yeah,
And to the nice point, he brought up Knowledge.
Yep.
That Knowledge in
Pac
or
however you want.
album is one of my top albums of probably the past 10 years.
No worries.
Yep.
And I'm not mad at you.
You know, Johnny J, when he was doing all that stuff for Death Row. Daz.
Prince Paul.
Dads. Yep.
Prince Paul is a name that's not brought up that often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you brought up Q-Tip. People sleep on Q-Tip.
DJ Paul.
Yeah.
DJ
There we
Paul.
go.
DJ Paul is legit.
DJ Paul.
We talk about a run.
He got DJ Paul got so many kids running around right now as it relates to production. You know, Paul them got to be on there. So
That'd be a fun list to do.
we might have
Producers of all time.
we might have to start. We might have to get into our. We might have to do another series
To get
and
the,
to do
get the,
producers.
I've been wanting to do this one for a minute.
get the
You want? We might have. We
Google
might have to
Doc
do that.
out.
Yeah, we can find some Ice-T's producers and
That'd be a great time. Now that
Put them in
TikTok's
there.
popping, I mean, we get plenty of hate now.
Man, I love it.
Are we all in on a?
I feel like Palpatine. I'm just getting so much energy. Like, yes, hate.
Good.
Yeah. Let it run through you.
Are we? So are we all in on the possibility of a?
I'm with it.
Yeah,
Producer
that's
joint,
actually,
yeah.
definitely.
Especially with the chat too. Y'all let us know if you want us to do that because it sounds like that one has been voted in.
Justice League. Yep.
Yep.
Out of the Poppy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought digging in the crates too. Yep.
I forgot. I ain't even mentioned it. I didn't. Even,
Beat miners.
yeah.
Who is
Sean J. Period.
no matter how you feel about Rick Ross, his production is always on point.
Yeah, Justice League and
He
a
has
lot of
yeah.
people.
He has a. I don't know. I have this argument all the time with one of my homies, but the A&Rs that he has around him that sift through the bad beats to get him the good batch. I used to always lean on that and be like, "Oh man, how hard is it to pick through when it's just heat after heat after
Prodigy.
heat?" But it is,
Havoc.
but it is harder than you think. Even if you do have a batch full of heat to make it work in the scheme of an album, so I got to give him peace for that because he does a great job with
What
that.
about like Questlove?
Oh man.
Soul Aquarians, it's a lot. James Poison them, like you can.
Stro Elliott.
Stro Elliott is a monster.
Man.
But yeah,
We
that'd
can
be
sit here all
fun to
day
come up.
going
It'd be-
through that.
You know, it'd be interesting to come up with criteria for that though.
I'm with it. I got some ideas. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Stro Elliott.
Stro's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's what we call an absolute fool.
Yeah.
He's a fool.
All right.
Let's
Here's another one.
Who you got?
Alchemist.
Oh, I had him
Brother
on there.
Tonight.
Was Alchemist on there?
Alchemist had it on there.
Okay. All right, let's shout out our partners real quick, and then we'll be back for the rest of the show. Red
Yeah.
August.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com.
Thank you. Shout out to our partners as always. We appreciate the support. Continue to support us in the chat as well. I see the chat is alive and well with tons of comments. We appreciate you all for always checking in. I just see another name, High Tech. Good
High Tech.
Lord.
Yeah.
Just heat everywhere, man. We're gonna have to do this list the more I think about
Knots.
it. Oh my God. I ain't even mentioned Knots. Nobody did, I don't think.
Oh,
Nope.
man. But he's to me, he's the most slept on music producer. Like, he's so dope.
You know
He's
what?
so
man?
consistent.
Fourth disciple.
Man,
I'm not mad at that.
Ayatollah.
I'm not mad at that.
Young Lord.
He just might be.
I think he is. Like,
he just might be the most.
I mean, he's still to this day,
underappreciated.
Underappreciated. Knots is so dope, man. Like, there's no better bass line. He's got the best bass lines of hip hop.
Agreed.
Like, if there was a list for that, he's definitely top of my list.
To this day, Everybody Rise is one of the best beats I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. I'm talking about that matches with a song and sets the tone. I don't like that. It's hard to top that. That beat is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's silly.
Yeah, that's silly. When you think of
Odyssey.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Well.
Yeah,
that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Jon.
So did Lil Jon.
Yeah.
How do we forget
I
him?
mean, it ain't, you know.
I mean, look, it is what it is.
The most depth,
and even
but
Jazzy Faye had his time.
Jazzy Faye had a run.
Yeah.
Because he was doing stuff before people knew who Jazzy Faye was.
They was low key sleep on that 𝗀𝗏.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Show enough still go.
Man, all day.
Right now.
That whole album really got a handful of heat.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Moore voice changed when Show Enough come on in the club. Wow, wow, wow. His voice get different when
as soon as you hear that bass line.
Yeah, that's how it pop off.
Yeah.
Who produced for all Too Short stuff? And E40.
E4
Is it just random?
It's Bay. I know there's a lot of Bay cats that he collabed with, but don't get me lying on the names.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I had to do some research on that. I ain't gonna get the line. But I know from the sound that he created, they were from out there. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this next topic. I know we on a schedule, as mom would say. There's a list that I read into. Shout out to type of sources for 𝗏𝗏𝗏. See hip hop albums that people hated when they first came out, and over time became beloved.
Oh well.
You thought just the hated, just the hated part,
just the hate.
Well, you know, just let me know how you feel.
Okay,
let's start here. Clips, Hell Hath No Fury.
I always liked that album.
Who hated that?
Yeah, I don't know.
We already starting off a little shaky.
Exactly, we already starting off bad. Lone, were you in? You were in on that one?
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, next.
What if I told you I might have been one of them people?
Oh well, sorry. Might have been broke.
If the feed's freezing, it's probably because Mike's on the internet.
I cut it off, but I saved it. 𝗏𝗏𝗏.
I still don't like it.
Yeah, I never hated the album, but I never looked at it as an Outkast album though. To me, it was more of a compilation.
Mighty O is cold.
Yeah.
And what's the joint?
Hollywood Divorce.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cold.
Yes.
You know, it's just
the Macy Gray song on there ain't bad.
It was just it was hard to follow up, you know, Speaker Box Love Below with that.
That was a compilation album. I don't care what nobody say.
𝗏𝗏𝗏 wasn't received too well when it came out though.
I mean, it's a movie.
I mean, the movie wasn't either, but
that's what I'm saying. Like they go hand in hand. They weren't.
And I
don't remember them being received that well.
And I remember talking to one of the representatives from Jive. This is when I was doing the record pool thing.
Yeah.
And this is how much that album was anticipated. Like, because they were having some delays with the movie, and they were saving the Rolling Stone cover for Outkast. They kept pushing it back. That's how much this album was anticipated by the entire industry. So when they got what they got, it was just like, okay.
I anticipated it being something else.
But you know, at this point, I had anticipated every time Outkast came out.
Yeah.
And so,
is it fair to say that this is their only quote unquote blemish?
I still don't look at it as an Outkast album.
Okay.
It's a movie soundtrack that features a whole bunch of different people. Because I mean, there's songs on there. Like if I think of an album, that means that one of the two people are featured on every song on that album, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case with 𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was, to me, a compilation album and a movie soundtrack. It really wasn't an Outkast album.
I think perception is going to always have it linked as if it were.
Well, because it says Outkast on the cover.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But that really wasn't a hate album for me though. To be honest with you,
it had to grow on me. It
absolutely wasn't any of their earlier work. If we're gonna call it an Outkast album, but it wasn't an album that I hated.
Yeah, I'd look at similar to the way, you know, like the Black Panther soundtrack, you know, Kendrick.
I like that.
Well, was that a Kendrick thing?
Nah, that's just
It was he executive produced it.
Is that? Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So maybe it's obviously different from Idlewild, but I wouldn't consider
it was some bars on Idlewild.
Even if he produced it, I wouldn't put it in the category of Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Nah.
I see where y'all going because,
but it doesn't say Kendrick Lamar on the cover of the album.
Big was getting busy though on Big was getting busy on Idlewild. That's fact. Oh, we know this one. We've talked about this one. Nostradamus.
Yeah.
No, it still does not.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, what?
No.
Yeah.
It never grew on me either.
No,
I can't.
Who is this growing on?
It ain't growing on me. I can't get past Project
You're trying
Windows.
too hard.
Is that what this is? Just trying too hard?
If it's
Every
growing,
bad,
if it
even
grows
bad
on
albums have moments where you're like, oh yeah, that was. But no,
Hey,
this ain't
one
it.
Project
This
Windows.
ain't no. This is
Hate me
when.
now.
you like Project Windows the first time you heard it.
I did.
It's
Okay.
like song number 2 or 3 though.
Yeah, but I heard
It's
Project Windows like on the bootleg.
Yeah.
Oh well. I still play Project
Once again,
Windows.
the bootlegging at that time, and this is when people first got high speed internet and CD burners. It got to be only about $200 or $300. That's what hurt this album really badly. But at the same time,
It still was
you know,
bad.
everybody had to deal with this, and
Yeah.
so like I can't really even say that that's what ruined this album.
Terry, was You Owe Me ever your ringtone?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna lie because it wasn't.
And do you know what's crazy? Up until that point, that was Nas's biggest hit.
Yeah.
Oh, because Genuine was on the hook, wasn't it?
I mean, that's
No,
the
I
one.
Was it Genuine?
not with Lauryn Hill.
No,
No, Genuine was on You Owe Me.
Because remember, that was '96, and there were still places in this country that did not have hip hop radio stations.
Yeah.
You know, they could run something every 45 minutes. By '99, when 99 2000, when You Owe Me came out,
Timbaland produced
it was-
that, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, it was that song was everywhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was popped in a mug though.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
you just felt like anybody else could have done that record. You know, it seemed beneath Nas. Just like 𝗔𝗔𝗀𝗎, I love that record, but it just seems like it's beneath Nas to do something like that.
I'm showing my age, but I remember 𝗔𝗀𝗎 going off in the clubs when we was in college. I'm talking about
𝗔𝗀𝗎 could
going
still
off.
get him
It
on the
still
floor.
go off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red August, no.
Party.
Cherry Bomb.
I never disliked Cherry Bomb.
I did.
What by who?
I did. This one grew
Tyler
on me.
Creator.
Tyler Creator. Cherry Bomb grew on me.
That's the first one I could kind of agree with. Kind of.
Yeah, I can agree with this one.
Yeah,
Obviously,
because you know when you mentioned it, I was like, who? I didn't
Yeah.
think. I don't even remember. Yeah,
this album is actually
I
good.
probably have to go revisit this record.
And
'cause
here's-
when
and
it
here's-
first came out, I was like,
It's
nope.
actually good though.
But here's why I would say this is because Cherry Bomb was when Tyler changed.
That was right before Flower Boy.
He changed his style up a
that
little
one
bit.
was cold.
And he talks about a little bit how he kind of matured a little bit. And he was going through maturing in whatever ways. You know, I don't want to butcher what he was saying, but people weren't expecting that from him when it came out. So I can understand that one because that's kind of how I was. I was like, oh, it's cool.
I 100%. I subscribe to this one. I was in the crew for in the group for this. I'm in on this one.
No, I had to revisit that then.
When you go back and listen to it, I think you're gonna be surprised, man.
Okay.
It's got some heat.
Okay.
Lil Wayne Rebirth. I'm
That never grew
100%
on
on this,
Yeah,
and
it
it
was-
did not grow on me.
Didn't grow
No,
on me.
that has not aged well. Wasn't on point then. No.
Nope. Didn't
Keep
age
all
well.
that.
He can keep all that and the cover.
He failed miserably with that album.
What'd you say he did?
He failed miserably.
Miserably.
Like there's no way that you follow up your best commercial release with a so-called rock and roll album.
Yeah, and I'm all for artists. We talk about artistry a lot. We talk about creativity. We talk about growing as a
Get to
consumer.
the point, Mike.
But this ain't it. That's the point.
Yeah.
He had the
This ain't
wasn't
it.
it then.
That's
not
a
it
long
now.
way around saying it. This ain't it. Yeah, this wasn't it.
he had the Drop the World song on there with Eminem.
Lon, I tried to say,
World.
hey, Lon, I tried to put a ball on it, but I couldn't, man. This mic wasn't it. Now this next one though, I'm 100% in the crew. 808s and Heartbreaks. I completely missed it.
I can see how that could be.
Yeah, I missed it.
Because it was a
can
change
too.
for him too.
It
When
was,
I-
it was
when
very
I-
synthesizer heavy and
Yeah.
It actually
808s
changed the
and
sound though.
80s sounding, but
A lot of people like Kanye really. This album really changed.
that
The
is
sound
the,
of
that,
mainstream
that
music.
album is the birth of Drake.
100%.
Well, no, because when I heard it, I was like, when I heard about it, I was like, okay,
It made
it's
Common
going to
do
be a Kanye
True.
West album where he sings and there's no cuss words. And you know me, cuss words make things better for me. And
You cuss right now if you could, wouldn't you?
I probably would. And I was just like, but then like I would go to the club and I'd hear Paranoid.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, nope, this is where that's where we're at right now. And I like this.
I remember seeing Love Lockdown performed. First time he rocked it, and they had the what are the name of those drums he based a lot of his sound off? It starts with a T. I can't remember the name.
Tom.
No.
I don't know.
It's a tribal type drum, but
Tom.
he had the guys play like.
No, I remember that was MTV Awards. I remember.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing it, and I was completely thrown off. And one of the records that brought me back around was the joint with the Jeezy ad-libs.
Heartless?
No, Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That song.
Yeah, that song is cold though.
Yeah, like that was one of the ones that kind of brought me back.
You don't
around.
like that?
No, I was gonna say something else.
Oh.
I don't even know it. I don't even know 808 and Heartbreaks, 808s and Heartbreaks. So.
That's a good album.
It really changed.
Aha!
It really changed a lot, man. Of a lot of stuff in music. I'll just say that. I got to give him his P's on that. For good or bad.
That's the first time where you actually heard a Kanye rant. The last song on there, what was it? The Pinocchio story?
See, is that what it's called?
I think so.
I don't remember that. That's probably where I turned it off, though.
Okay. Well, he went.
I mean, I had my favorite songs off that record, and look,
Amazing is fire.
If it wasn't that, because a lot of it was. I mean, I liked Amazing, but it's just where I was at in my life.
They use that
depressing.
a lot in NBA stuff. That Amazing track.
A lot of slow-mo dunk tracks and dunk videos and stuff like that. Jay-Z, Blueprint 3.
Blueprint 3. The tour was amazing, and this is why I put Jay-Z on that high pillar of performance-wise, because seeing that in live, seeing that show live, gave me a better respect for the album. But the album still kind of was one of those albums you had to listen to for it to grow on you. I agree with that.
No, I mean Blueprint 3. Here I'm looking at. We'll be talking about. Thank you.
That was hard.
Death of Autotune, Run This Town, Empire State, Real as a. I mean, this. Yeah,
it's a good album.
It get a little thin towards the back, but it start with a bang though.
Beat Shear's on there.
So Ambitious.
Yeah.
So Ambitious is cold.
Already Home.
Ambitious is definitely cold.
Stars Born. But yeah, when you get to Venus versus Mars.
Yeah.
There's a couple towards that back end that I'm cool.
Yeah. But I mean, overall as an album, I thought it was received well at the time, and it still has records to go.
I'll put it to you like this. It was never an album that I hated, but like generally, like you pop in a Jay-Z album and it's like, okay, this is really good.
But once again, I saw the Blueprint 3 tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Blueprint 3 tour put it all in perspective.
Yeah.
In my mind, for real, I like this one out the gate.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I did too.
So I don't think nothing to say about that.
For real, that album actually is kind of responsible for Tyler the Creator.
You can make that
Heavy.
comparison.
Mm-hmm. You can see. Yeah.
Modern Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Cruel Summer.
Yeah,
Good
that's
music.
an album that never really grew on me.
I would agree.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you do.
Good
If you heard
music.
some records, you'll know.
They had Click on there.
Ain't nobody messing
Who's
with
the
my
artist?
Click.
Good Summer, like Kanye.
It's like a compilation.
What was the previous one? I thought this was like.
It's
just had to grow on you. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you heard the joints, you'll know. Drake Views.
Drake's Views was actually good,
I guess.
in my opinion.
I ain't even mention this one because I know we was.
Nah, that was a good album.
Oh, Diddy Dirty Money, Last Train to Paris.
That's a good album.
I was asleep.
No,
Nah, that's a good album.
They had some joints on it.
Is this song, album with one?
No, man.
One.
He's saying it on. He's doing it on purpose.
I don't know any Diddy albums.
I know you
outside
don't.
of
That
No
was
Way
like
Out.
the
That was one of those Last Night.
Yeah, that was
with 𝐀𝐄𝐃.
Yeah, that was.
I knew 1-1.
Yeah, that last
1-1,
night with
and
Keisha
No Way
Cole was hard.
Hello, good morning. Yeah,
He said 1-1. What's it called? Long
1-1.
1-1.
Now, Last Train to Paris was good.
Electric Circus. We can end it there.
We already know about. Well,
Yeah.
Electric Circus is definitely an album that grew on people. I do agree on that because he was coming off of
like Water for Chocolate.
No, like Water for
Which
Chocolate.
is
I'm
an
sure.
ultimate classic.
Yeah, and it was sonically, it was way different. So yeah.
Lone is
see
one of the
that.
few people that I know, that I'll give him his P's, that appreciated that album earlier than a lot of other people that I knew. It was you and maybe a couple other people that were like, I don't know, man, be careful. There's some heat on here. You liked it. You liked it a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah, and there are a few on there that I could do without, but in general, I think it's still solid. It's just ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time, and I always thought it was crazy how there were people who loved the Love Below, but didn't have any appreciation for the Electric Circus. You know,
I can tell you why.
And once again, it's one of those joints where if you saw the concert,
Yeah.
it made more sense
when
to
you put it in context.
I never
and when
saw
you
the
put
concert.
it in context,
it didn't matter.
there's actually songs that if you hear at the strip club or shake joint or whatever you want to call it, it will put a song in perspective and make you be like, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why they took that route, but yeah.
The Yin Yang Twins have a lot of those. They got records that'll work in a certain situation. But
It's all about perspective.
Do we have enough time for another topic, or are we out of time? Okay.
All right,
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
you're on. So, thank you, Long. So Timbaland made some waves with this post on IG. I'm just gonna read it and we can talk about it real quick before we get out of here. Quincy Jones.
Now this is a meme. This is not him saying it.
Yeah, it's a meme. He posted. Quincy Jones started producing when he was a teenager, but didn't get his big hit Thriller until he was 50 years old. You never know when your big break will come, so never give up.
Yep.
What do y'all think about that?
I think it's a great message.
Yeah.
Please tell me why.
Because it's a great message.
I mean, he's wrong about the Quincy Jones part, but it's a great message.
But that wasn't his point.
He didn't write it though, so
That wasn't his point.
He probably didn't even say it.
I want to see tie it in for me, Long.
It's really simple. It was a post that he shared.
Mm-hmm.
He also does live streaming and stuff. I'm sure he does a live stream where people send him music. So when you think about it from the perspective of he has people sending him music, maybe they've been making beats for a long time or making music for a long time. This is a way of him saying, hey, it took a long time for Quincy to have his Thriller. And when you think about it from that aspect, Thriller is, sure, he was successful before, but
everybody
he
doesn't
wasn't
get a Thriller.
He wasn't Thriller successful before though.
Nah.
Thriller is like
wasn't, but
one of them ones.
I mean, Thriller is arguably the best-selling album of all time. It's not even arguably.
Yeah.
It is the best-selling
Right,
album
but
of all
my
time.
point, my entire point, and the only thing that I'm going to speak on it, because obviously he was doing stuff before that, is that I feel like that's all he was sharing it for.
Yeah. Actually, I think a lot of times these people such as Timbaland that are in the spotlight and are famous and are known for doing certain things forget that they're known for these certain things and are not common folk. And you can't just share a meme like that and expect us to believe you, because that's like everybody forgetting everything that Timbaland did up until he got with Justin Timberlake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't erase all of that stuff that happened before just because you work with Justin Timberlake. I mean, Quincy Jones worked with iconic people before he got with Mike. And Thriller wasn't the first Mike album that he worked on.
Right.
True.
I mean, he worked on Off the Wall, which in my opinion was better than Thriller, but it didn't sell the same way as Thriller. So, I mean, it's just a matter of him not operating as a common folk, and he's not. I have more qualms with him stating that the Weeknd's album is just as good as Thriller, or calling it a thriller, because it's not.
I need to listen to it, but I'll be honest. Tim saying that made me want to actually listen to the Weeknd's project.
You're gonna be upset if you're thinking you're about to hear a Thriller album.
I bet he has records that he produced on there, and he's trying to get people to go listen to it.
Possibly.
Perhaps.
I mean, Quincy Jones is on the album narrating on some of the stuff.
Oh,
well, I think that's the only.
Even with
tie.
that, that's a really big reach, brother, and I ain't even heard.
I'm not even a fan of the Weeknd, so
I like the Weeknd, but
so it'd be new for me. So
it's new to me, honestly. I mean, and we're not a review show by any means, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, but to what Lone was saying, you're 50 years old and you fall into an album of that magnitude. I like the message that puts out. Keep going.
Yeah.
Continue to work hard.
Yeah.
Continue to practice at your craft. You never know what might happen. I'm not mad at that.
Sure, he was working with Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald and all these other people who are icons,
the
right?
Beatles.
But it was Thriller that. But if we talk about it now, Thriller is what we connect Quincy Jones to. I mean, sure,
depends on how you came up.
Sure, Michael, but yeah, okay. But anybody that was born after 1985. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Quincy,
what your parents let you listen to.
Yeah. I think Quincy would say that Thriller is his crowning achievement.
I would too.
Commercially, yes. There's no.
I mean, how can you argue it?
Yeah, I can't.
It's the best selling album of all time.
I mean, he's done. To your point, we were talking about in our Discord.
I mean, it made Terry like afraid of music videos.
Yeah, he was scared to death.
Yeah,
probably scared now.
Absolutely. Traumatized.
It was Yeah, 11 Grammys.
Yeah, but a lot of times this just goes back to what we talk about, meme knowledge.
Yeah.
And if you're inspired by meme knowledge, then good for you. Not really good for you. You probably should be inspired by something else. But yeah, I get where he was probably going, if he even said it, because like he just
no, he didn't say it.
The fact that he posted it. But I'm just saying. Yes, for his crowning achievement commercially, but if you ask him artistically, he might not say the same thing.
For sure.
Fair.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Let's forget about all the jazz stuff he did too.
Right.
Big band.
It's not like he worked for Frank Sinatra or anything.
Yeah.
He used to write big band charts, full charts.
You know.
So that's why he laughed when Diddy was like, back then they some of my producers. That's why he was laughing at him. Like,
He was like,
"Man,
yeah, calm down.
You wouldn't know. He said he wouldn't know a B flat if it hit him in his mouth.
he better B flat before C sharp.
Yeah.
He better
Smack
C sharp
dab in the mouth.
He better
bruh.
C sharp or he's gonna B flat.
Man.
Got that right.
There we go. I got it right last time.
I ain't mad at you. All right, man. That's gonna do it for this episode. Did I forget anything else? Anything else you want to say before we
I
got
think
out?
we did. We don't have any time.
Okay, fair enough. Make sure you go to newoldheads.com. All the education you need this year will be there for everything involved with us. We appreciate the support as always.
Become a patron.
Become a patron, and we'll see y'all next week. Stick around for the post show.
We got vinyl.